today's lesson is, if at first you don't succeed, maybe just wait a little bit longer. This is the 5 Squad. Hello and welcome everybody out there to another episode of the 5 Squad. My name is Evan Andrews, and as always with me is my lovely wife,
beautiful
Miss Haley Andrews. Oh, sorry, I had beautiful in my notes and I fumbled that one there, but you know, as long as there's an adjective and description, I think you're okay.
Correct. A new one each time though.
Ooh, I might default sometimes. Sorry guys. Yeah, anyway, thank you for throwing me off a little bit there, but that's okay. On today's episode of the 5 Squad, we are going to go down memory lane a little bit and let our new audience here know a little bit about our history and how we came to be.
A little bit.
What do you think about that? Are you nervous that we're going to talk about all your dirty laundry?
No, I don't have any.
She has no dirty laundry. That's really good. So, yeah. Do you want to tell your version of events,
Negative.
or how do you?
I think your version of this story is way more beautiful.
Yeah, the guy with the least amount of words in the relationship has the beautiful eloquence of how we met.
The video
story.
guy can tell all on video.
Yeah, but I'm behind the camera. So, for those out there that don't know us, we are a husband and wife duo here, and we met back in 2012.
Yep.
Right? We were at a bar, right?
You know, they say you can't meet your soulmate at a bar, but I did.
Well, to our own credit, it wasn't really a bar. It was a restaurant bar that just so happened to have like a Wednesday little thing, and I was freshly 21.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, no.
Yeah, 2012, freshly
right.
21.
Yep.
Yeah. And it wasn't like we just walked up to each other and made a conversation.
No, of course not.
Your friend was
do
there.
that.
My friend was there. Our friends knew each other. So that's kind of how we initially came to.
We were forced to converse. I enjoyed it probably
Well, if
more
you're
than
talking,
you.
if I'm talking to you, I'm definitely forced to converse because like I'm just really not the conversational type, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's for another episode. We'll talk about that later. But
So our friends introduced
2012.
us. Yep.
What was the name of the restaurant? It's been 3 different things. What
And
was
now
it?
it is nothing. Vita
Yes, Vita Loca. That's what it was when we
Yes.
met. Yeah, Vita Loca
Now it's
in
an
Katy. Now it's an empty nothing
with
because
a staircase.
it burned down. Nobody knows if it was insurance fraud relations or if something actually really happened, but there's stigmas and stories behind that one as well. But yeah, so that place is no longer in existence.
Nope.
And a lot of people say like that can't be a good sign.
Yeah, it can't be.
Right.
Right.
But
maybe it burned down the first version of
So
us.
let's talk about the first version.
Okay.
So met in 2012. We dated about a year, almost a year,
Yeah.
maybe a little shy of a year. And then tragically we split up. If anybody wants to know exactly why we split up, talk to her. Don't talk to me.
Nope. I am.
Hey, you know,
My lips are sealed.
Well, so I remember exactly where I was when we split up for the first time. Do you remember where you were when you sent me the text message?
No.
Text message.
Stop.
Hey, I said.
But here's the thing.
I said dirty laundry.
It all makes it better when the story keeps going.
When it does.
It's so much better now. All that had to happen. So keep going. Do you remember where you were? I don't remember.
What do they call that? Like the white girl face? Like whenever
Rude.
they do the like, I don't know what they call it when they're out there.
Yeah, I was young.
21.
And you're the first nice guy I ever met.
And you had to discard me like
I did.
like the trash that I am, didn't you?
No, I didn't know what I had when I had it. And now I make up for it.
That was like your first $600 purchase. And you were like, no, I'm just going to have $20 New Balance shoes for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know?
I didn't understand the value of the person yet.
Yeah.
I was still in that freebie.
Anyway,
mindset of my life.
so it was about, we went our separate ways for, I'm bad at mental math if you
5
can't tell.
years.
About
4 or 5. Yeah.
About
I think fast forward 4.5-ish, 5 years.
2017, 18-ish or so.
2017.
Yeah, because
So 5 years.
I had my, right after the Astros won the World Series is when my lung collapsed again. So 2017 is when we kind of rekindled. And yeah, so we kind of, I mean, how long was it really before it was kind of like
it was
we're
just,
almost married again? Like,
well, when did Hurricane Harvey happen?
yeah, I mean, it was.
What year was that?
That was 2017.
Yeah. Well, that's when I knew that everything was.
Yeah, like September 2017, the
Yeah.
Astros won the World Series in November, and then I was in the hospital for 6 weeks.
And then I told you to go home during Hurricane Harvey. I was like, you don't want to get stuck here. Because at the time I had.
What was I going to go home and do?
I had a 4-year-old and
Logan was 4?
Twin.
Logan wasn't 4.
Yep, he was almost 5. Yes. And the twins were.
The twins were 2.
Twins were 2.
They
Okay, so
were.
then
They were.
He was 6. Sorry.
Okay.
Forgive me, 6.
Yeah.
He was 6 and they were 2. Almost 2.
Because the party happened,
yeah.
and I wasn't supposed to be there,
Right,
and I
right,
had to
right.
leave.
But I just remember saying, like, I don't think you really want to get stuck here because at that time we were living separately. I was at my mom's. And I was like, I don't know. They say it could be a long time. And I just remember at that point, you hadn't even really, we hadn't really discussed what we were.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
We hadn't really discussed anything. And I mean, I don't think you'd even really done much with the twins. I know you and Logan had a past relationship because when we first met, Logan was 6 months old.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember saying, you should probably go home. And you're like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Live your life. You're a single.
I'm gonna go home
Man.
and hang out with my dad.
And I just remember you saying like, nope, I'm going to stay.
Here for the long
that
haul.
was like, and then it was like the twins were both in your lap and
Yeah.
that was it. Like
Yeah.
that was the end of that.
The computer,
the beginning
and
of the
everything.
end.
We probably have so many pictures from that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
You mean
in
me?
Your is it your iCloud? What is it?
I think I still have those in my favorites.
That's amazing. Amazing.
And you just like went right in.
So yeah,
All in.
Yeah, just head first. Fast forward a few more years, we got engaged 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right before the dreaded Rona,
I know.
which caused us to have to postpone a wedding twice.
I think it was 3 times.
2 or 3
right
times?
before I had created I designed our invitations, and I remember getting them all printed and everything
Mm-hmm.
all like envelopes, addressed, everything. I think I sent out my first
save the date stuff.
No,
Yeah.
it was our actual invitations.
But
Not
I
save the
don't.
date.
But I'm saying like, yeah,
But I mean, I remember because I was so proud of how I designed them. They're so beautiful. I never thought I was going to get married. So I was like really excited for everything. The color scheme was perfect. The text, the fonts and all that. I think I sent out like my first, 40 or something like that. And the next day my mom was like, hey, by the way, you're going to have to cancel it. And then
I remember my mom was asking me like, what are you going to do about this, that? And I was like, this stuff's not real.
I know that's
and
exactly what I was thinking.
And then the siren comes on the news and it's
Well,
like,
I mean, I remember my wedding, what is it called? Bridal shower. I think like 2 people came because it was right at the beginning, right? And that's when I had I started thinking we were gonna have to cancel. But then after the 3rd time, I was like, listen, y'all are just gonna have to look for an email from me and just
well, because
show
even
up.
the first time around, like we didn't even know where it was going to be, right?
No, I always knew it would be at the church.
No, because we
Yeah.
weren't going to church.
Yes, we were. That was
Were we?
Yes, because we started going to church after your dad died.
Oh, it was, yeah, after father passed away.
Right.
Yeah, R.I.P. Dad. Anyway, that'll be another episode. We'll talk about
Maybe.
all of that. Well, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's an
probably.
important thing to talk
I think
about.
it is actually a really important
I mean,
part
they have
of
a
the-
whole month around it.
Well, I don't mean that. I mean why you became an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
definite
Yeah, for sure.
part of the process.
For sure. But yeah, so ended up finally getting married November
Woo! I
14th.
was like, does he know this?
The year is.
Yes, you do.
21.
20.
Was it? It was
20
actually
it
during
was-
20 or was it
It
21?
was 2020. Oh my Lanta.
Man, I
This
don't
is going to be our
remember.
4th year anniversary this year.
Okay, there we
Yes.
go. Somebody asked me the other day how old I was, and I was like 33. 3. And then I left the
No.
whole conversation. I was like, I'm 34.
You
Damn.
are 34.
So yeah, bad mental math. Sorry, everybody out
So
there.
yes, we finally got married. And actually, you know, I'm kind of like really surprised by how much I loved our wedding. Like for someone that comes from such a big family and I wanted all of this, or I thought I wanted all of this, like hoopla. I mean, it was so
It was
intimate.
your family.
No, but I'm saying it was less. I was less.
Well,
Most of
yeah.
my family wasn't there.
I mean, but I'm talking
But
about
what
my
I'm-
side. Was it my mom and my sister?
Yes, but what I'm saying is I was kind of shocked at how much I loved how even smaller it got. You know, like it took the world shutting down for me to, you know.
Realize what all you needed?
Yeah, just realize that all I really needed was like you.
Yeah.
Like we could have just photoshopped the wedding and I probably would have been fine.
No, we'll plan on doing a bigger celebration a little bit later.
We do?
With Val. I mean, you always ask me.
I didn't know if that was actually
Oh,
gonna come
it's
true.
definitely a possibility. I just think things need to be in more place for that stuff to happen.
Sure.
Maybe when the kids are a little older and
Sure.
understand the magnitude of it and all of that.
Totally.
We'll go down that. But
Totally.
happily married for the past 3 years.
Yep. Going on 4.
Going on 4, and there's no turning back.
None.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not.
I mean, I already came back. So
It's funny.
You know,
I'm not gonna let it go again.
well, let's hope not.
I promise.
Well, with that, that is going to wrap up our second episode here at the 5 Squad.
It's getting way easier.
Yeah. I think on the next episode, we are going to go into more about our family,
Yeah,
family
definitely.
life, our kids, tell everybody in our audience about
The 5
who
Squad.
they are and why we call ourselves the 5
Yeah,
Squad.
for sure.
So, thank you, anybody out there that is paying attention to us. We greatly appreciate it. And we hope that you tune in next week for another episode of the 5 Squad.
See you then.
See you then.